Hey, welcome. Look, we are back and better than ever. Closing conversations. It's Thursday, so you know what time it is. We're doing this every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Thursday at 5. My name is Brandon Barnes, Mr. Seymour Offers, and I'm here with my bro Dre.
Andre
I'm
St. George. Look, you
Let's
already know the
go.
vibes. You already know the
Look,
vibes, AB. Good to be here
so
with you, my brother.
we about to get into it, but this is the show, and I want to make sure I point this out because this is a show where we show you guys how to close deals live. This is an opportunity for you to learn from us, the conversation that we have, the objections we face, and get through to get deals to the closing table. Shout out to the UFAM that's in here. They are actually sending leads over using our AI tool, offerbolt.io. This is, Charged Up University's AI offerbolt tool to actually generate leads. They're sending them in. We're calling them live, closing them, right? And JVN doing deals with the students in the community. So if you're not part of the Charge Up University, I don't know what you're waiting on. Look, I'm going to let my homie Dre get to it first, as always. He about to get in here, show you guys how we have these conversations and get to the closing table. You ready, bro?
Let's get it. Let's get it. Already got one teed up here. Let me see.
We got a few on deck too.
Yeah, man. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up, man. So we gotta get to these sellers before they get outside and get the barbecues going.
Yeah, man. Birthday boy. You about to get to it, ain't it? Let's put some more deals on the board. Have you something nice for the summer. You got any summer plans yet?
Not yet.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 317.
Not yet. But I'm thinking I'm gonna be surprised because ain't nobody said nothing. You know how that goes. It's like, oh yeah, well, we had something planned for you. Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah. That's exactly how it usually happens. So I think I got a deal that closes tomorrow. That's been.
Can you hear me?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 3.
You got going straight to voicemail.
Yeah, we got a few coming behind it. But look, I got a deal closing tomorrow. That's been taking forever to close, and another one closing Tuesday. So it should be a good Memorial Day weekend. And that's why we do this, right?
Right.
That's why we do this.
Enjoy the fruits of our labor. Enjoy life. Do what we want with whoever we want, whenever we want. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Real estate. I mean, entrepreneurship in general, right?
That is a fact. That is a fact.
Are you trying them a third time? Or are you texting?
Yeah, I'm a text them, but I'm gonna try them a third time.
Okay. I'm going to pull up the next one. Appreciate it, Shanika.
Hello?
Hey, Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Thomas. This is Andre. I'm calling with Nationwide Fast Offers. I think you were speaking with Alexis in my office about a property over on Villa Avenue. You were interested in selling. Is that correct?
I was talking with Alexis.
Yes, sir. About a property.
When was I doing that?
When
did that happen?
Well, it actually looks like you spoke with them today. May have been via text. I'm looking at some notes here in our system. Said that you were.
Dre's gonna come back around. You see that triple dial work though, right? Dre spoke to his wife yesterday. If that's mine. Come on, Dre. Okay. All right. Dre gonna jump back in. I'm gonna hold the line. If he doesn't jump back in quickly, I'm gonna pull the next one. But that lead, like Lex said, is a really good lead on paper. So I definitely want you guys to hear that call. But if not, we'll keep it rolling, and then he'll go on mute as soon as he gets back. We got a bunch of them though. And look, if you're tuning in now, I know, look, UFAM is in here. Shout out to the Charge Up University students. They're sending these leads in, like I said in the beginning, and we're actually calling. Shout out to Shanika for sending this in. We got a bunch of them that's coming in each and every day, plus some of our own leads that we're actually, calling and closing live so that you guys can hear how we're handling these conversations, getting these offers out, and getting it submitted. Keeping it charged up, right? I'm gonna jump to one now. I'm gonna just pull up the next one. Closer, ready for close call. Look, I'm going in blind. I'm gonna hit call and pull up the notes. Let it fly. Going down to Memphis, Tennessee.
Hello, may I help you?
Hey, Mr. Harlan. Is this
Yes,
Mr.
may I help you?
Hey, good. Hey, look, this is Brandon. I was giving you a shout back. I think you spoke with one of my teammates recently about Rachel Roll, and I just wanted to reach out and see if I could talk to you about that, see if we can get an offer, maybe something that makes sense in your ballpark, and put a deal together. Okay. Cool. So I just had a little bit of notes here about the house had been renovated over the last 2 months. Were you all the way done with the renovation, or is it still midstream?
No, I'm through.
Okay. So what were you hoping to sell this for?
About 74.
Okay. 74,000. And then I saw partial. I saw it was 3 beds, 1 bath. Is that correct?
3 bed, 1.5 bath.
Okay, cool. That's why I always ask, because I know public records sometimes don't be counting that other one, or that half bath. Cool. And then lastly, is it now, like, did you put a tenant in it, or is it vacant still? And I asked just to see. Go ahead.
It's vacant right now. Usually most of my properties I put on Section 8. So if I hadn't really been marketed out, but your guy called me, I told him, hey, that's what I do. I buy, sell, rent. I
Nice.
got 13 properties. So.
Nice. Is this the only one that's vacant right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much is it pulling on Section 8?
I've got the same identical house 3 doors down, and I get $1,600 a month.
Oof. That sound like some numbers that should work. I think you're leaving enough meat on the bone for us to make money on this as well.
If you look up 1773 Rachel, that's the same identical house. I got 2 houses right there together. They're the same identical house.
Got it. So we can agree to a number today. When would you be wanting to close and get this sold?
I'll be in Memphis until about. I got to be back for the. I'll be in Memphis probably.
This sounds like a winner, y'all. Okay. Well, yeah. Look, we've done a good amount of deals in Memphis. Majority fix and flip. I think one of my partners has a few that he's still holding on to. So I'm curious, what all you were able to do to the property. All I had was kind of that it was renovated. Like, is it? I'm assuming it's moving ready if you've done the renovation, but like, did you just bring it
That
back?
was 100. I did the new roof. Carpet the whole thing, brand new hot water tank, heating unit new, kitchen fixtures. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So
I already had it pre-inspected by Memphis before it was still Section 8. Had all that done. All the inspection on wires. I did plumbing. Wires, I had to do a whole rough in and down on the plumbing and electrical. Brand new electrical box, all the wire.
okay. So when I was coming into this call, I pulled it up briefly beforehand, and I was prepared to offer 60,000 on the nose. And I did see that there were some notes that said that it was renovated, but I was basing it off of some comps in the area, some other ones that sold at that similar square footage. Is there any way that you would be able to get a little closer? Maybe we meet in the middle and put this under contract, get it closed out in a few weeks?
We can meet in the middle. But if, well, actually, I just buy them the same way you do. They got a whole lot of new homes they building from the ground in that same neighborhood. It's like 40 and some houses they build in that same neighborhood from the ground. They actually some about a couple of those investors bought those lots for me.
Oh, nice. Yeah. How much does the lots go for over there?
I said last one for $6,000.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I bought them back 10 years ago for like $300.
Okay.
We can do some conversation on that.
Well, look, I really want to get an offer over to you, which is a little bit of due diligence. We'll come out to the property, view it no more than twice. I mean, if you had some photos, we could just come out once. If not, we get some initial photos, talk it over with the team, get our scope of work, and then we'll come out with the contractor, and we can head to the closing table in a few weeks.
Well, I sent them over some photos. If you want to do additional photos, we can meet up and people can do what they need to do and get appraised or whatever.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull those photos, but if I got you an offer over right now for 65, is this something that we can move forward with right now?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, what I didn't get was his what was your email address from him? Any terms, anything specific that you would want to see in the agreement?
I understand, and I think the person said that he would pay for all closing and he's that.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yeah, we'll take care of all the closing costs.
All closing costs and all that. And no contingencies. You'll be fine.
Okay, no contingencies. No, good to go. Okay, look, I'm gonna get this sent over to you. I even might have my assistant in the office right now that can send it over. My partner, I should call her that. And she'll get that over to you real quick, and I'll text you, let you know that it's there. But yeah, as soon as you get that signed, we'll schedule tomorrow. I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend, so we could probably get out there Tuesday or Wednesday and be able to try to complete our due diligence, within a week from that time.
Okay. All right. right, that'll be fine. If I have to leave out before the end, I guess I got this your number here.
Yeah, you can hit me back here. I'll text you my direct contact just in case. But this is a good number for me.
Okay, if I happen to be out, I have my property manager give you a call. He can let you in, whatever.
Oh, perfect. Go on and once we get this signed, go on and send me over the property manager's contact with their number, and then I'll just have it so that we can go on and get it scheduled and taken care of.
All right.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it, Ms. Wooden. All right. Later. All right. End zone. That was a fire lead. It ain't on me. That was a fire lead. I'm gonna go on mute and let Dre get in here. But real quick, gotta hit him with the air horn. That was a fire lead though.
Might have been in my office.
There's a garage on the property in the back
Okay.
on the east side of the property. It had at one like efficiency attached to it, and about 5 or 6 years ago, we had evicted a tenant, and somebody broke in during the winter and squatted in it for about 6 days, because I don't like to go more than 2 weeks without driving a property that's vacant.
Right.
And so they squatted in there and lit some candles and burned the corner of it up. And the fire department got called out there and had to put it out. And then the city came out and did a code inspection on it and told us we had to tear it down or rebuild it. Well,
wow.
It was just cheaper to tear it down. So we tore down the efficiency part of it and re-sided the garage and kept the garage.
Okay.
So the garage was never fire damaged. It wasn't. And you could, if somebody comes in and does an inspection, they'll see that there was no fire damage to the garage. It was all exclusively with that little efficiency. But we ripped it out and put gravel in the basement that was left, the hole. And the last couple of years, the gravel is sunk and settled, and it probably could use another dump load of gravel into it to level it out. But it's a good parking spot, particularly since the street side of the house, the front side, the parking is so, the street's so narrow.
Right.
Being able to park on that garage, being able to park on that gravel would be a plus draw for a sale, because it has kind of a back driveway off the alley. Got you. But
Okay.
there's electrical that runs to the garage. The garage has electrical. It has a garage door opener in it. I don't know if it works. It had worked last year. It worked, but I don't know if it works now or not. The electricity's been off since my son left. It's winterized, so I didn't have to worry about that. He left like this last week in February or whatever, but it's been cold here in Indiana since then. I mean, like, we had freeze warnings. So when he moved out and the electricity got turned off, I went and winterized it and made sure that nothing crazy was going to happen over there.
Right.
So that's all. The pipes are good. The water runs. The electricity worked fine. Like I said, you may need an upgrade on it. It just depends on what your contractors could do if they get in there and they walk through and they see what would need to be done.
Got you. Okay.
I don't know what else I could tell you about it.
Oh man, look, that's a great bit of information. I definitely appreciate that. So, I mean, just kind of looking at this, like you said, hey, look, you can kind of sit on this. You really don't need any. You really don't need to move it. But I mean, if the right price does benefit you, you and your wife, I mean, is this something that you guys are looking to do in the next 30 days or what?
Yeah, we could pull the trigger in the next 30 days. The only slow up with that would be once we get a price, once we get an offer from you, a number, we would have to take that number, if we liked it, to our accountant to make sure what our taxes would be in selling it. That's
Okay.
that would be the only slow up. And that might take, on our end, that might take 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
For him to run that and get it back to us. So, but other than that, yeah, we do. I mean, I could hand you the key and we could sign the quit claim deed or whatever, however you guys run it. I don't know what you do, but, quit claim deed or, I don't know, quiet title or whatever. But we won't incur any costs on closing. We're not paying anything for closing, just so you're aware of that. I'm not going to let that eat into our bottom line number.
So the good thing about working with us is I don't want you to incur any costs. I'm actually going to take on the costs ourselves, closing costs, any fees or commissions. And again, we can move on your timeline. So, whatever time frame works for you and your wife, we're more than open to obligating that. So that's one of the perks of doing business with us. I'm looking at some other stuff that's kind of moving.
And here's the thing, just so you know, I have 5, 6 properties in the 46222 zip code, and I got 2 more properties out east that are near Villa. And if this sale goes good, I don't see why we couldn't unload a couple more just to get them out of our arsenal and get some cash flow in our pocket. If this first sale goes well, I'm just saying that would be on the table, and I wouldn't have to take any more phone calls from a bunch of morons.
Hey, look, Thomas, hopefully I'm your man. I definitely love to look into those. But yeah, let's definitely see if we can work something out here, make sense of it, and create a win-win situation for us both. So, again, just kind of looking at some numbers here, just doing a comparative market analysis to just kind of see. Have you done any due diligence on, if we were to come in and fix this thing up from ground to the ceiling, right? What this would sell for in today's market?
Nope.
Okay.
I know what we want, but I don't know what it would. I mean, I have our suspicion. If you look at the comps in the neighborhood within 4 or 5 blocks and similar style houses, a lot of them have gone for over 120,
right.
And that's about where our pigeonhole price is. So if there's an offer less than that, and that may be why the other company didn't get back with us. Maybe they didn't think they could get it for 120 and do it. I don't know, but that's the number we gave them, and that's the number I'm giving you.
Okay.
So that if it's less than that, if it's less than 120, we'll sit on it. We're not. I mean, all we're doing is paying property taxes, and the rest of our houses that we have tenants in are covering the property tax costs. So I'm not motivated to get rid of it for something that's going to hurt us.
I got you. That makes sense. I mean, I always advocate to get the most that you can for the property. But from investor to investor, you can understand, hey, look, a wise investment is not something putting you in the red, right? It's only something that you can maintain, create some margin that'll put you in the black.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I'm looking at a property right here over on Harlan Street. I'm sure you might be familiar with that. Your property is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
A couple blocks over. Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, just in a comparison, apples to apples, the property over on Harlan Street looks very similar to yours. The only difference is I think yours was built a little bit later. I think that one was built in 1915, so you might got 15 years on that one. But they just sold one over there on Harlan in February, and they bought it kind of around the price that you're looking at. They're not too far from that. They bought that one at about 100. And I know you were saying, hey, 120 is your bottom line. So,
Do they have a garage?
So
and a driveway?
I can tell you exactly how they did it. Matter of fact, it's actually on. You can look it up yourself, but I'll tell you exactly where. I don't know what it is. Is it a garage? Is it a shed? I don't know what it is. Can't really see from the street here, but
does it have electrical? I mean, does it have a box in it and electrical run to it?
So
those are all questions that are.
So this property has fully been renovated, is what I'm saying. They fully renovated this property.
Oh, this was totally after renovation.
It sold back in February for $290.
There you are.
So they fully renovated it. And again, that's pretty much comparison, in as equivalent to yours. So again, our offer will probably be somewhere in that range of where they bought that one, again, for it to make sense here. I mean, I know that you said, hey, look, my bottom line is 120, but I mean, if we are able to kind of take care of some of these things and net you a profit where you don't have to come out of pocket for anything and kind of close around your timeline, I mean, what do you think is the best that you can kind of work with us on here?
What are you telling me?
Well, I
gave you a number. I showed you my whole card.
Absolutely.
So you show me your whole card and tell me what you're asking.
So I'm looking at, I want to make this make sense here for the both of us. So what I'm looking at right now, just based on the numbers that I'm seeing, I'm looking at between 95 and a 105 price point, somewhere in that range. I know I can get something approved and I can get some paperwork over to you. I can put some earnest money down and I can get the process started. Because I don't want to talk about what I can't do to where I got to come back later and be like, well, I need to renegotiate. I only want to talk about what I can do. And if that works for you, cool. And if it doesn't, hey, that's cool as well.
I hear you. Between 95 and 105.
Yeah,
well,
I would definitely try to push it more towards the higher number.
Right. I'd be willing to take that to my wife because ultimately her name is on the deed.
Okay.
So, that's not a decision that I'm going to take by myself and say, yeah, let's run with it.
Hey, listen, happy house, happy spouse.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm willing to entertain that number though. So, I'll have to talk to her tonight. And if you could call me back roughly at this time tomorrow, I won't put you on hold. I won't ignore your call. Or you could text me, or I could give you, if you give me the number you'll be calling from, like, this looks like one of those, this doesn't look like this came across as spam. So I don't know if this is your personal cell number or what. But if it is, I'll change it on my settings and make sure I lock your number in, but I won't leave you hanging if you call me back tomorrow and we could have a firmer conversation about the number.
So this is actually our company number. I appreciate you letting me know it came across as spam, though. I'll get that checked out. But this is our company number, but you can save that in there and also put my name in there, Andre, Andre. Yep. And go ahead and save that. Yep. And I can give you a call around 5:45 tomorrow. In doing so, though, I know you said you had to speak with your wife, and I totally understand that. I mean, would you say it would be feasible for us to maybe have some funds put aside, right? Because it does sound like you kind of are maybe interested in, if she's kind of on the same page and you guys say, hey, look, you know what? Hey, let's do that. I mean, we can already have funds set aside. Doesn't mean you got to sign anything right now, but that's just kind of our fair offer to say, hey, look, we're definitely serious. We can get you over a letter of intent so you have something in hand to go to her instead of just saying, well, hey, they gave us this offer. Because I don't want to be like the other people. I forgot what you just called them. the knuckleheads or whoever the guys were that came out and left you hanging. Right. So I definitely want to get something in your hands so you can go to your wife and then you guys can talk about it. And then tomorrow we can make a decision on how we move forward.
Well, I know I'll give you my next card on the table and tell you that if we come to a decision together, when I have my phone call with you tomorrow, I will tell you that we won't take less than 100. So you bottomed out at 95, and that will be it. Between 95 and 100 will be a deal breaker. That won't fly. We won't take less than 100.
So I mean, if I can get 100 approved,
my price.
I got you. I mean, if I can get 100 approved right now, I mean, what would you guys say to that?
But I would say the same answer I gave you a couple minutes ago because I'm talking to my wife about it.
Okay.
There's no decision at all without her, but I just know where her head's at because we kicked around the idea of 110 at first with the people that I showed the house to originally.
Right.
And when I met the guy out there, I finally told him, I said, hey, we're face to face. I'm telling you, we're not taking less than 110. So I knew that there was some wiggle room, but I know she's not going to bottom out past 100. It ain't going to happen, no matter what I say. So just throwing that out there to you. And I might come back and she might say 105, like the highest number you gave me. She may say that. And if she says that, then I'm riding with her because it's her baby. I'm just doing the mechanisms. But we're going to figure that out when I sit down and have a chance to talk to her.
Hey, I respect
right now,
that.
She's working on a CAD program. We're building a house in Carmel for another family. Our company is, and she's on a CAD program designing the interior of the house. So I'm not going to interrupt her till later.
Yeah, please don't. I don't want anybody to get in trouble, man. So, hey, look, I definitely respect that.
Yeah.
What I can do and what I really want to do for the both of you is I want to see if we can make this work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to my finance team, see if we can get something put down. And when I give you a call back tomorrow, at least I'll have hey, here's a definite on what we can do. And if that makes sense to you guys, I'd love to earn your business here and be able to take this off your hands and then work on some of those other properties that you mentioned earlier. Does that sound cool?
I hear you. Yeah, and I want to let you know something. My last card I got is this. No one, I don't have anybody else looking at the house like this. We're not far along enough with anybody else. You follow what I'm saying? I had
Absolutely.
the one showing this week that I had no offer for, and then I have you, right? But there is nobody else right now. So that tells you two things. A, you're number one on the list because you're the only one on the list. But it also tells you that I'm not really motivated in trying to sell it. So the 24 hours that we have to wait while I speak to my wife isn't going to kill either one of us because the house is still going to be there this time tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not going to make a deal with anybody else until I speak with you because, there aren't a bunch of dead bodies hidden in the house, so I am kind of straight shooter, but I don't want to play out the pocket either and ruin a good thing if this works out with the first house because then we could dump a couple of the other ones and I don't have to worry about running over there at 2 o'clock in the morning fixing plumbing problems anymore. So, it works to my advantage as much as it does to yours.
Hey, I can respect that again, Thomas. I definitely appreciate you. To be honest with you, man, it's the non-motivated sellers that I do most of my business with. So, I don't take it as any, disconnect or anything like that. Again, I just hope to be able to do good business. A good friend of mine always told me that, if it ain't good business, it's no business. Right. So, that's what I look to do. And hopefully I can make that happen for you here.
Yeah, because all money isn't good money, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, hey, look, I got you down here on the calendar, man, to give you a call back between 5:30 and 5:45. Do you remember my name?
I do. It's Andre.
Hey.
Andre 3000.
Come on. Hey, listen. Hey, man, I knew you was a good one. I knew you was a good one. I knew you was a good one, man. I love it. I love it, brother. Hey, look, man. I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow.
You wouldn't know this. Can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You wouldn't know this, right? I spent 24 years in the joint, man.
Oh, right? Man.
Serious talk. I spent 24 consecutive years in the joint, right?
Right.
And I've been out for about 15 years. And we've been working on properties, flipping them, working for investors that, hold and sell, and I've learned all kinds of crazy stuff about ROI and, hold and flip and all the terminology and all the understanding behind it, right? And investment properties and buying off tax sale lists and all that stuff like that, right? I've talked to hundreds and hundreds of investors from California and Texas and Miami and Atlanta and New York. And you know what? You've got a good vibe about you, man. You got serious talk. You got a good vibe about you, and I like you, dude. Real serious business.
Hey, Thomas, I definitely appreciate that, man. Hey, 1,000%, man. And I definitely respect it, man. I think you got a lot of value yourself, man, that a lot of people can learn from. So definitely keep doing your thing, man. I see you well on your way, brother. Like I said, I appreciate the conversation, and I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow, man.
Yes, sir. I hope you have a good evening.
All right. You do the same, brother. Talk soon.
All right. Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Trying to hit him with an air horn. I don't even know if the thing's working.
You fan, what we doing, man?
That's it.
What we doing?
That's
man.
The one right there, bro.
Hey, look, he gonna be ready to sell that tomorrow, and then he gonna give me the other 6.
I checked the numbers, dog. Like at 100, it's a hell of a deal.
Hey, listen, and that's my bottom line. I don't care about that 120 he talking about. Look, 100 is my bottom because he already said it.
It felt like he
less than 100. All right, well, look, I need 100 approved right now. Let's go.
Yeah, all day and night, all day and night. The comps look amazing. Honestly, you got 300s all around, like high 2s.
Yeah, because that one that I told him about, that sold for $297 back in February.
There you go.
Yeah.
And my thing has typically been, and this is just rule of thumb for me, oftentimes, like if we can get something under contract for 50% of ARV on a contract, it's usually a decent deal. It varies depending on like how cheap or how expensive the property is, but like there's enough room for somebody to dump 100 into it and still make a 50 piece. Really like 30 after closing costs and stuff like that. But people will do that deal. You know what I mean? So you got hella spread.
And there's some activity in that area. So, an investor, a smart investor will come in there and be like, yeah, I definitely want to be out here.
Yeah. That's dope.
Let's go, you fan. We in the building, man. We activated, man. Look, hey, man, it's birthday weekend, man. Look, turned up, man.
I know.
All the way up.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
All the way up, man.
That's what's up. And they ain't got real with you. That's next level rapport building too. You know what I mean? When people start to open up and share. One thing real quick, I want to say, for everybody that's watching and listening, when seller tried to get off the phone, Dre did not let him go without trying to push forward the closing and get that advanced commitment and agreement. Always moving the deal forward, trying to make sure that you can take that next step. And if they don't let you, right, you got to be willing to play it cool and not chase them too much. But you did everything you could to push it all the way to like, look, let me get this offer to you now. Let's go on a contract. Let's get this done. So that was great with the next level rapport. That's what everybody should shoot to do in their calls. Definitely. Good stuff, bro.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. We 2 for 2. We might get
straight out the gate, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Just look, come on, man.
I need to put my feet up for the rest of the day. Nah. I got a closing. I got a few contracts.
Look, we going into the weekend. We going into the weekend good.
Man. Yeah, already. Let me see. I know there's some that just came in too. But I want to make sure we clear the ones that we haven't called, because there's some of these in here that have been called.
Hey, let me put the notes in for Thomas right quick.
Okay. Yeah. I'm jumping on this next one. How do I go back to contacts? Seller contact. Okay. All right. Last activity 37 minutes ago. All right. Pulling it up. This is in Chicago. It must be one of Lou's league. I know.
Shout out to my guy Lou.
Lou is usually in the building. Shout out to Lou. Andrew. Those. Okay. Oh, shit, by the way, they did say something about the phone number. That's something.
Yeah, spam.
Yeah,
it's coming up as spam.
I'm gonna swap it real quick. You could hit that drop down, I think, when you get ready to call. Let me check something real quick. Oh, 804 5567. Damn, I wish I knew what number you called from. Can you see real quick? If you're still on that page, see what number you had dialed out of.
From 804-656.
Okay. They're all 656. What's the last two digits? Is it 6723?
Yeah, 67.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use the other one. Okay. All right. Shit. Dang. I don't know how to do it from the phone. I'm gonna just call.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
All right, one more.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
All right. I'm gonna keep going real quick.
Which one did you just
that was Nedra.
Okay.
I don't leave notes on it.
I got you.
But, send to deals. Okay. All right. We're gonna get a few more on the phone before we get up out of here. Call no answer.
You fam, keep that energy in the chat, man. I'm glad you in here rocking with us, man. Look, we jumped out the gate early, man. We on it. Send us those leads.
When is a better time to call back? Yeah, I would jump right back into it, but I like this. I do like to follow with text versus I don't do too many voicemails, but I do like to follow with a text and just ask them for a better time to call. Anytime I'm calling leads, not when we cold calling, but when we're calling leads, I think it's a good way to kind of keep them engaged. Cedric. Got another Birmingham. We got one in Birmingham right now that it's been real tough to find any activity, interest around that property. But I know it's a good deal. I hate those. You know what I mean? Something should work.
I think that one I locked up is in Birmingham, that duplex.
Yeah, I don't think that seller is like out of the country.
Yeah.
But I left another voicemail for the property management company. The only thing about that, wasn't it some fire damage?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's ugly. But it was at a good price. So it's just Birmingham. It's such some crazy markets where, like, I seen a house.
Hello?
Hey, Mr. Cedric. This is Brandon calling back about Avenue South. Is this a decent time to discuss? Say it again.
No, not right now. So we're trying to get ready for a party.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, look, it is that season. Graduation season. I know the holidays is coming up. Memorial Day weekend. When would be a better time to get back with you? I think you spoke with my partner recently.
Oh no, just get me through the week. That's it, Monday through the week after Monday, after the holiday is over.
After the holiday. Okay, and last time I think you spoke with Antonio. So I work with them, and he gave me some notes. So when we do talk, I'll be ready to kind of get down to business and get an offer over to you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, good deal. Look, hey, have a good holiday weekend. All right, thank you. All right, bye. Graduation season.
Yeah, that's that time too.
Yeah.
Graduation, prom, everything going on.
Yeah. This one, I'm gonna look at this because I might mess around and just shoot him an offer.
What was that one you just called?
This was Cedric.
All right. Did you call David?
No, I think that's the duplicate record. So I stayed away from it.
No, that's David. No, that's Eric. That's Eric is the duplicate record. The one right above Eric, David.
Okay, yeah, I haven't hit that one.
All right, I'm gonna call him.
All right. The cash mail on those properties was $20,000. Oh, so I was saying about the one that you got locked up. It's like houses. It was a flip in the same few blocks, sold for $250 or something. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that a lot of these other houses be selling like for $50,000, $60,000. It's those markets like that are really weird. Where you got these really cheap properties right next to a really, nice house. In Atlanta, you're gonna see a few nice ones. I mean, we just been gentrified top to bottom.
That's Atlanta for you too. That's Atlanta.
Yeah. You can't. There's no unexplored pockets in the A no more. Like
especially 30318. Especially 30318.
Bando McMansion. Bando McMansion. Like it's just like that, bro. Like I don't know. I wouldn't want to live, I don't know. Some people they be risking it for they nice cribs in the hood.
That's crazy. I got David teed up. Let me give him a call. See what he's talking about.
I was about to say walking their cats and strollers, but I know that's what Chris does.
Yo, why my son calling me now, yo?
These little ninjas.
Hi, you reached David. Please leave a message.
Yeah, my son calling me now. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm busy,
I got
right?
a second request. Oh, yo, he sent me the money back. Right? Respect.
Here's David. How can I help you?
Hey, David, this is Andre, man. I wanted to give you a quick call about Linden. I think you were speaking with somebody in my office about selling it. Is that correct?
Yeah. I don't know who your office is.
No, my apologies. Hey, we're with Nationwide Fast Offers. I think you were speaking with Alexis, maybe.
I don't know. I get like 10 phone calls a day, so I have no clue, man.
I got you. No worries. Is this a good time?
Actually, not really. I'm talking to. I'm sorry. I had a death in the family, so this week is kind of bad. So probably next week. We got a lot of stuff going on. The funeral's tomorrow, and then the family over the weekend. So hopefully by Monday I can kind of chat.
Hey, absolutely, man. Sending my condolences, man, and healing energy to you and your family, man. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Is there a good time next week that I can put you down on the calendar?
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, put Monday morning, because I'm gonna start. People are gonna start wanting, submit offers and stuff like that. So
Let's say Tuesday, David, because Monday is Memorial Day, so I don't want to,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so Tuesday.
I'm losing track of time.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I totally understand, man. So I put you down for Tuesday, and we'll give you a call around noon. Is that cool?
All right, that's fine. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Andre. Yep.
All right, Andre. I appreciate it.
Hey, man. Hey, enjoy yourself, man. And again, my condolences, brother.
All righty. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So we'll set him up for closing conversations on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. That was David V.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have somebody I want to call back. Let me see if I can find her. She beat me up the other day. And I think, I had been away for a week or so. So I was like taking body shots left and right. and honestly, and I know better, because like one thing that when people press, and it's for everybody that's listening, when people press you on like, are you a wholesaler? Are you gonna take my house? Like, instead of trying to answer, all those questions and prove to them how, legit you are, find out why they're asking, right? Answer a question with the question. They should be wanting to sell their house as much as we want to make an offer. And so I could have handled that better. And I had thought about it after the fact. I think we still got the offer out, but I actually want to lock it in and solidify it, because I know she hasn't signed yet.
Right.
So I wanted to actually give her a call back. What was her name? Mercy.
That's a good teaching moment too, because I think we talked about that on the morning call about handling certain objections. So.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ms. Deb, I got you. Mike Dupree, define gentrified. From my definition, it's when the community doesn't look like the community did, in recent years. There's areas where, you see that there are like new developments happening, and that's always good. You bring resources to certain areas, but there's some places specifically in Atlanta that the community that was there are getting pushed out because people are coming in, buying their houses, doing renovations, and then the tax values are increasing, and then they can't afford it, and they're being pushed out. And so, you know, in Atlanta, I think majority white Americans, white folks were in the suburbs, black folks in the city, and now it's kind of flip-flopping. And so, you know, we're seeing that in some pockets, especially when they're tearing down projects, you know, different areas like that, and just completely redoing neighborhoods. I don't really like to see that too much. This call, let me hit her from my phone. But like I said, at the same time, we do, you know, there's going to be developments in areas, and stuff is going to continue to develop. And that's cool. But it can be done in a smart way where you're still providing affordable housing, trying to keep the community, giving tax rebates to the seniors. It can be done in a smart way when they want.
Please leave your message for.
Let me try this once more. Come on, Vanessa.
Please leave your message for.
Okay, I'm gonna follow with her later. Real quick, Dre. What's your feeling, I guess, about gentrification? Because I feel like, you know, some people think it's, you know, the worst thing. Some people say it's necessary for progress or development in certain areas. Like, do you have a take on it?
So I think it could be beneficial, just depending on what's coming into that space or into that area. But again, like you stated earlier, it's, you know, a group of individuals kind of being pushed out of that sector because they want to redevelop the area and either make it pricier or make it look different than what it used to look like. And I'm always for elevation, right? But again, when you do those things, the people that were there can't afford to be there anymore, right? So when they're gentrifying something like that, or just kind of rechanging the development, it's usually for it's for a bigger cause. And I don't know if people remember, like Chris talking about this before, but you can go on Google, and whatever city that you live in, you can look at their 10-year plan for that city. That's like public record stuff. You can look at what the city's looking to do in the areas that they're looking to redevelop, you know, because there's a lot of areas here in Virginia that, you know, they're redeveloping those areas and kind of gentrifying and kind of pushing people out, right? But again, you got to think those people got to go somewhere. And usually those areas were because it was previously gentrified from another area, which pushed them to where they are. And now they're, okay, well, we're going to gentrify that area and then push them out somewhere else. So, I mean, it happens, you know, but that's the reason why ownership is so important, because, you know, if you're a person that starts to really get into this industry and this field, and you start buying back stuff, which is why you hear a lot of times people like buy back the block. So if we kind of come together and start to buy back the block, it's harder for those to come in on the outside to come in and gentrify these areas. So.
Yeah. And then, as I was mentioning earlier, like, you know, I know, what's his name? Chris I forget his name, Buy Back the Block. Some of his developments are coming back in an affordable pricing way to where the original community members could still afford, some of the houses that he's developing, for rentals or even for sale. And so like that's always been a big goal of mine, specifically in my area here in Atlanta, is to really do development at a scale where I could do affordable housing and build up the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna try one more. Bro, if you go to that Ready for Tuesday, Thursday call, there's a few of those that haven't been dialed before that you can see pretty clearly.
All right. Let me see.
Hello, Mr. Frank? Hey, Mr. Frank? Hello? Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Frank? This is Brandon.
Is it Brandon?
Yeah, this is Brandon. I was giving you a shout back about Elm Street. I think you had spoken with my partner recently. I just want to follow back up with you. You remember speaking with Marshall?
Not really.
Okay. Well, no worries. Look, he gave me some great notes on the property. He mentioned that you were looking to sell this property. It was a tenant occupied property, but you were considering selling at this point. And you were asking for around 75,000. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, he sent it to me. I'm the numbers guy. I can look, do some digging, look at some of the comps, get an understanding of the property. And he gave me some great details already. What he didn't say is why you were looking to sell at this point. Is a tenant on their way out?
Well, you got tenants in there. You got tenants in there.
Okay. Are they like long term or month to month?
Month to month.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. Well, look, I mean, it's a great property. I think in a good area. Let me see. Had you done some work to it recently? Before this?
Yeah, we did some work on the putting new windows in and repaint and all that stuff.
Was this like right before this tenant moved in, or?
Yeah, that's before the tenant moved in.
Okay. And how long have they been there?
Almost a year.
Okay. Yeah, so relatively recent updates. I definitely think this is something that we can work with and something that we're looking for right now in this area specifically. I saw some home sales in the area that were selling after kind of renovation on the market, kind of close to your asking price. So I'm wondering if you have any flexibility at all in that ask, that 75K number.
Okay, so what you talking about?
Good question. You're a straight shooter, aren't you? I've seen. So I'm seeing one that just sold as is nearby for like 57,000, similar square footage, similar beds and baths, and it was sold like as is livable. if my offer was in that range, is there even a reason that we continue this conversation?
Yeah, we could.
Okay. 47, 57. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the ballpark. And I've looked at a few of these, and excuse me if I'm taking a second to respond, but I just looked at a few different ones. Some that are in better shape, some that are in worse. But I've seen a few that sold around 50. I could probably do a little better than that, maybe 55 on this, but it would be an all cash offer. We pay all the closing costs, no commissions, close on your timeline. Something we'll even work with the tenant. If we got you an offer like that, is that something that you could consider?
Yeah, probably about 60 be fine.
We're in the same ballpark. Is that 60 is the best you can do? Let me ask you: do you have plans for what you're gonna do with the funds, or reinvest, or are you still like in the rental business game, if you will? Like, are you still buying rentals, or?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Got it. Because I didn't. The note that I saw, it sounded like you may either have recently retired or maybe getting ready to retire. Is this one that you're managing yourself, or you have a property manager?
Yeah, my daughter, she's property managing it.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, look, that's always great to have somebody in the family that's working with you. Is this the only rental that you have left, or are there others?
Yeah, there's other.
Okay. Are there any others that you would consider an offer for?
Well, we got one. The guy's supposed to give us, I'm thinking about $50,000, a 2-bedroom over here in Fairfield.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, Birmingham is an interesting market. I was just actually telling my partner recently, like earlier today, that you can have some really nice houses renovated, and you'll still see homes selling for sometimes 30, 40, 50, $60,000. And I don't get it, because you should, once you put some money into it, you can increase the value pretty quickly. But it does have an effect on the offers that we can make, because we have to make offers, around the price that other homes are selling, so that when we go to update it and sell it on the back end, there's some room for us to make a little bit of money. And I'm not always trying to hit home runs. We just try to continue to do deals, and keep our business going. And like you said, I see a few that are selling around that 50 number. That's kind of why I was pretty stuck at 55. But if we can agree to 55, there's something I can get closed out for you pretty quickly.
Okay, then. Let me see, could I do it at 55? But are you sure?
Yes. So my process is, honestly, we'll either, like, if you or your daughter have any photos of the property and you send those over to me, then we'll just set one time to come to the property. We won't try not to disturb the tenants. I will let them know that we're either looking to see if there's any repairs we can do, or sometimes people want us to come in as like an insurance salesman or something like that, just to not to spook them or worry them. We'll check out the property. We'll get a feel for it. And we try to do that within about a week from the moment we agree to a price. And then we'll contact the closing attorney who will start setting up the paperwork, and we'll have this thing closed out in about 2 to 3 weeks. That's best case scenario. Sometimes it goes 30 days if there's some title issues, but that's what the process looks like beginning to end. And, so if we agree to a price today, with the Memorial Day weekend, I can probably get somebody out there by Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, and then be setting up to get the closing attorney to contact you to set up the paperwork.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you one last question, and this is something that does kind of determine it. I do feel good about the offer that I gave you at 55, but does it need any immediate repairs? Like, is there anything that that needs to be fixed on it, or is it just solid? Had some updates before the tenant moved in, like no issues?
Well, the issue is that I don't know. I guess they took all the light fixture down for the paint. That's the reason I think they took the light fixture down, but it's just hanging.
That's kind of
and it looked like they went up on the sink and took a pipe loose. But I'm gonna try to get all that this weekend and hang the light fixture back up, and that's the issue they're having.
Yeah, that sounds like probably one of the reasons that you're ready to go and get this thing sold, huh?
Not really. My daughter, she just wanted to keep it. She just wanted to keep some of the property. You gonna run into things like that. I don't care if you get them new. You're gonna run into stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So why is it that is there a reason that you're open to selling this one?
Not really, but I just keep on getting people asking me. They want to buy it, and they ask me why I want to sell it. But I have more property, and I'm not trying to get out the business or anything like that.
Got it. Well, look, we would like to be, me and my partner at Rich Point Holdings, we would like to be, an outlet for you. This could be something that we get done quickly, conveniently, on your timeline. And then, if you do say, hey, I want to sell another one and get a little bit more cash flow or cash in your pocket, that we'd be the ones that you reach out to, for continued business going forward. Whenever that time comes.
Okay.
Cool. So do you have an email address? Like I can send an agreement over to you now for electronic signature. It's like DocuSign that just lays out, exactly we're buying it as is at the price we agreed upon. Closing 30 days. Do you have an email that where you would be able to review it and have it signed?
Sure. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, look, I can get it over to you now. I'm gonna see if I can, if my partner's still online, I can actually. I don't know if you want me to walk you through it or is it something that you want to take some time to look at. But would you want to walk through it now, or do you have some time? Or
yeah, I can walk through it with you now.
okay. Give me a second.
Okay, what's your name?
Brandon Barnes. Give me 2 seconds. Hey, Lex, are you on? Bro, this seller is super cool. Like, I don't even think that was an amazing call, but he ready. So
Yeah, he definitely ready. But
definitely.
again, I think that was a good learning call too. Hope people are paying attention how to walk a person all the way down into the sale.
All right. I'm going to have it put together for you right now. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, let me actually get her going on this. Give me 2 seconds, Mr. Frank. Stay on the phone. Yo.
Another one. Another one.
So big.
This Lex, this is in charge up account. I'm gonna stay on with him to walk him through. I usually don't do this, but it almost seemed a little too easy going. So that's why I try to pull back a little bit, just to make sure you want to do this. I'm gonna try to walk him through this conversation and walk him through this agreement. So Dre, feel free to go on and just keep calling. We're in the charged up community, Lex. All right, I'm gonna go on mute, Dre.
All
right, Mr. Frank.
Yeah, I was trying to reach Ezel.
Who is this?
This is Andre. I'm calling with Nationwide Fast Offers. He was speaking with somebody in my office about the property on Prince George. Wanted to give him a call back, see if we could speak.
Just a moment. They call me. And he called you back. He's in the shower.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be in the office. Would there be a better time today to call him back, or would tomorrow be better?
Tomorrow be better. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? You got a good time? I don't want to bother you guys.
I'll see you about 10 o'clock.
Okay, 10 a.m. tomorrow. I can give him a call back.
And your name is what, man?
Andre.
Andre. Okay, Andre.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you so much. Just let him know I got him down on the calendar. We'll give him a call tomorrow around 10 a.m.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening.
Well.
Bye. right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going while Brandon is handling that. Got another one teed up. We'll give him a call. Hey, if y'all still in the chat with us, man, y'all definitely make some noise. Let us know y'all still in here. Let us know this is making sense. This is helping somebody right now. Hey, we are calling your leads live. These leads have been submitted. They have we have vetted these leads, and now we're calling them live to see if we can get contracts. So if you're not part of Charged Up, highly suggest you take part. You're missing out. Come get some money with us. Let me see. Got another one teed up here.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 20596.
Dre, that's my guy.
Oh, you talking to Frank?
Frank.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No worries.
Call this one.
Yes.
Hello.
Excuse me. Yes.
Yes, I was trying to reach Nelson.
You have to catch him on his cell.
I don't have. Can you give me that number, please?
757
Uh-huh.
6660 6708.
Okay, thank you.
Please leave your message.
Hey, Nelson.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Andre here, man. I think you were speaking with Paul about that property over on Powhatan. Is this a good time?
Yeah. What's on your mind?
Well, I definitely wanted to see if we can make something work here. I'm one of the finance managers here in the office, and want to see if we can get you an offer on that property. It seems like you're looking to sell. Is that correct?
Yeah. Now, who am I speaking to?
This is Andre, Nelson.
Okay. And you came out and you viewed the property?
Well, I haven't been out to the property, but you have been speaking with Paul, and I'm looking at a little bit of information here regarding the property. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I get different people out, and I just trying to make the connection.
Oh, I got you.
You know who you were and who you represent.
Right.
And are you telling me that you would be interested in making an offer for the two properties there?
Yes, I am interested. If it's something that I can make work for you and as well as for me, right? And if I'm not the right buyer, hey, it's okay to say, you know what, I'm not interested. So, no hard feelings.
All right. Well, I'd be willing to entertain an offer. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, could you kind of bring me up to speed a little bit, Nelson, and just let me know where you're at in the selling process on this?
Well, I've got a lot of interested buyers, but I have not committed to anyone.
Okay. I mean, what's got you speaking to investors, right? I mean, what stops you from just putting it on the market?
Oh man, I've owned a whole lot of properties, and I'm tired. I'm 77 this weekend, and it's just not my interest any longer.
I got you.
If I move the on, it takes some load off of me.
Okay. Are you looking to get completely out of the game, or are you just trying to downsize a little bit?
I'm downsizing with this one right now. I got another that I'll downsize with also in just a bit. But yeah, I'm downsizing.
Okay. What's the situation currently with the property? Are you renting it out? What are you doing with it right now?
Well, with the second property, I use for my own. Office. I'm coming out of there. I like to think I got a place to go to work, so I fixed it up. It's a 1-bedroom, efficiency, bed, living room, kitchen, bath. It's a full apartment and my office. But the other one, well, I just got guys knocking on it, doing a little work here and there. But anytime I get an offer that is impressive enough, I'd let it go.
Okay. So I'm assuming you haven't got anything that's impressive. You said you've been speaking to a lot of people, but nobody made an impressive offer.
Well, the type of financing did not impress me. I am willing to consider 160.
Okay.
But
and that's for both houses?
I'd have to say no. It did not interest me, no.
Okay, that 160 is for both houses?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Can you give me the specs on the second house? I know you said the first one is like a 1-bedroom efficiency. What's the specs on the second one?
Yeah, that's the smaller house. The house really is the first house. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, kitchen and living room. It's an older house, but it's been re-sided, and it looks it's an attractive house.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you were me looking at this, is there anything else that would, kind of spark interest or maybe some concern that would need to be done to this house to kind of bring it up to speed?
That type of tile that the fellow has placed on the floor last tenant, I'd take that tile up and put down a better laminate or what have you.
Mm-hmm. Is that in the kitchen area or where throughout the house or what?
Most of the house, yeah.
Okay. Got you. Any other features that would kind of spark some interest on either one of these houses?
Well, it's got another lot to the side of the main house that another house could be placed upon.
Nice. Okay. All right. So able to kind of build out a little bit per se.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So just kind of curious here. I mean, if somebody were to kind of come in, and I mean, you've been in the game for a minute, so I'm sure you know you're pretty savvy and you've done your homework. I mean, what would a resale be looking like if we were to come in and, you know, like fully fix this thing up?
I think it could be significantly better. And I ask myself, why don't I do that?
Right.
Yeah, I think it would be considerably. And that's why I'm in no rush to sell it at all. I think it was simply listed as it's one full house, and then it's like another house, what they call like a mother-in-law suite, or what do you call it?
Yeah. In-law, like an in-law suite?
In-law suite. It lends itself to a number of that type of family, that type of situation, where you still have the whole family together. You bought at one place, you got two full houses.
Right.
Both have their own electric system, and but they are both on the same water line.
Okay. All right.
They both have gas meters, but there's nothing there that is gas. And they're ready for occupancy.
Got you. So they're just currently sitting vacant right now?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. All right. Is there any reason that you haven't utilized putting it on the market, trying to get the most you can for it?
Not at all. And then I question myself, why in the world have I not done that? No, I question myself there.
No worries. See, we're asking some of the same questions. It kind of seems like we're both in line here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is not a bad thought, but it's not a bad thought at all to see what would the market offer. I believe the market would offer significantly better, but I do so many things, I just have not listed it.
No, I totally understand, Nelson. We're actually in the 757 area. I'm actually based out of Newport News, so I'm not too far from you. We've been in business over 10 years, man, and we do a lot of business in the area, so I'm kind of familiar with that area where this property is located. I mean, if your interest was turning towards maybe listing it, I mean, I got some good people that I can turn you on to that works with us. They work with Keller Williams, so they do a lot of business in the Hampton area. But again, just from our standpoint, again, like I said, we're an investment company, so you know we're looking at this as an investment. So I mean, you think this is something that we can possibly create some margin, you know, to kind of meet you at the price that you're at?
Yeah, I'd consider that. Now, as far as listing, I could list it myself. I've got friends who are in that realtor business, and I could look at them to list it for me. I thank you, but I don't need that service of yours.
Okay. No worries. Just kind of looking at this from our perspective, trying to see what makes sense here. I'm looking at some properties because, again, as a company, we do similar. We do what's similar to what an agent would do a market analysis, look at what properties are selling for in the area, similar condition, how long they're actually sitting on the market and what they're selling for. It looks like here your timeline to sell this. I mean, like you said, you're in no rush, but I mean, if a number makes sense to you, you're ready to do business. Is that correct?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. All right. So I'll just tell you what I'm looking at here, and you just kind of give me some feedback on, what you think makes sense. For what I'm looking at here, now I see one that just sold on Powhatan. Now, I'm not sure whether or not they have an in-law suite in the back, but I know this one is very, very similar to yours. It's on the 800 block. And that's fully renovated. And that one just sold at a 190 price point. Actually, last month. And I'm looking at another one that sold. Let me pull that up right here. That sold. And that one is on Rolfe Street. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that one sold right at the 200. And that sold a couple months back. I think like January. But both of those were purchased as is, right around the 120, 125 price point. So that's kind of where we would probably be. I might can maybe get in there and get that up a little bit for you. But I mean, would that even make sense to you if I was able to kind of see if we can make something like that work?
I appreciate your time, but no, that wouldn't interest me right now at all.
Okay. So 160 is pretty much your bottom line, nothing under that?
That's pretty much my line there, yeah.
Okay, I can understand that. We do have other ways to kind of come into our deals. Again, that 120 to 125 price point, that's a cash deal, closing 30 days. We take care of all closing costs. Again, I know you said that probably wouldn't be of interest to you. We could look at another specification to where we could purchase the property, but it would be a 90-day turnaround. Again, I know you say you're not really in a rush, so maybe a 90-day turnaround wouldn't hurt. But we can maybe come up a little bit and get a little closer to that 160. I mean, would that even interest you at all?
Not much. No, I don't have much interest in that either.
Okay. So it's just 160 or nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am right now. Yeah.
Okay, I can understand that. So I mean, are you leaning more towards maybe going in and doing the work yourself? Maybe you're utilizing the market, kind of putting it out there?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't have anything real hard that I do during the day, so yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Sounds like a good life to me. Nelson.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
I ain't mad at you. I can respect it. I do the same here, man. Keep the lights on here at the company, man. So again, we're processing here, or it just may not be the right time. So if at all possible, is it okay with you? Can I put you on a follow-up? Maybe we follow up in a couple weeks, see if anything has changed. If maybe we close out on a couple and get some more cash flow, and we kind of circle back. Is that okay?
Okay. That's fine with me. You do that, okay?
All right, Nelson. Hey, I appreciate your time, man.
Hook it up.
Have a good evening.
Yo.
Nelson wants to make no noise, man.
You in the building?
Nelson won't trying to make no noise, man. But we'll put him on a follow-up, see what he do.
Yo, hey, we put up enough points on the board tonight.
Yeah.
Right before the B-Day, holiday weekend. Yeah.
I feel like the Pacers right now.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the Pacers.
Exactly.
Hey, no disrespect to the Knicks fans.
Teardrop at the last second. Yeah, man. Look, this was a dope call. This is a good call. Definitely. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sometimes we get lucky. If y'all remember on Tuesday, like I said, I had a really tough seller. First call out the gate, and Thursday, first call out the gate contract, right? So that's why we dial. That's why we keep at it. That's why we stay persistent. Keep doing the action, making offers, sending offers, and it's going to lead to deals and opportunities. Definitely appreciate you all. Dre, you ready to rock and slide up out of here?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Definitely great calls today. Man, again, man, appreciate you sharing the stage with me. It's always good to get in here and break bread with you, Brandon. Man, shout out to you, brother, for keeping it going. Hey, you fam, appreciate y'all tapped in. Hey, look, check me out, Speak to Educate _ Speak to Educate on all platforms. Again, man, if you're not a part of the U, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Exactly.
Get in. Let's get activated. You see what we're doing here every Tuesday and Thursday. Hey, look, man, the pie. Come get a piece of the pie, man.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
enough to move around.
I love it. Guys, and look, I am B Barnes right there. Follow back, social media, and then also on YouTube, similar offers with Brandon Barnes. Keep going out there and talking to people and sending more offers, and you'll do more deals. We're back. I think we're still going to be back Tuesday, even though it's the holiday. But if there's any other leads, look, we're still on top of them, especially if you're in the U and in the hands-off program. We're calling tomorrow. We're still on them, on their necks, getting them under contract. And then Lex will be reaching out to give you guys updates. Really appreciate y'all from the U and everybody else that's tuning in. There is a link in the description if you want to learn how to join the U. And you can also go to app.offerbolt.io. Actually, you just go to offerbolt.io if you want to learn how we generate these leads. Till next time, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Dre. Man, happy birthday, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Alrighty.
Peace.
All right, y'all.